Hello. There's so many topics that I will be talking about on this channel from now on, off and on. But there's another topic that I wanted to talk about, and that was about having a website or specific things for children, their own little websites, their own little things that they can do when it comes to sharing content between children. Because I was just sitting here after I had just made the video about the verification, having to verify that it's even you. And he was mentioning how there's going to be an age verification or something like that. And I'm not exactly sure about that part because I haven't dealt with that just yet. My children might have already, but I haven't personally, thank God. But when with for our children's mental health, I do believe that they shouldn't be on the adult websites, of course not, but they should have kid friendly websites, kid friendly apps and stuff like that where they can create content themselves. Of course, friendly content, because we don't want things that are going to trigger someone into other things, right? Like whatever those other things may be. But we want it to be kid friendly and educational as well, and also just a way for them to be creative and let their creativity out in a healthy way. I would say in a healthy way. Of course, not being abusive with their words and stuff like that. But I do believe that they should have their own little websites, maybe even their own little kid friendly emails, right? Where they can create their emails in a kid database. Like I'm not sure exactly, but this is just things that's coming up in my mind because these are ideas where the children should be affecting the adult situation where we're having to verify that it's even us, and maybe vice versa or whatever not. But the children should have their own little outlet where they can create and do them as well in a friendly in a kid's way, and in a healthy way. And yeah, just I just thought, yeah, we should they there should be apps and kid friendly apps and kid friendly websites and kid friendly their own little thing, right? So, like Facebook, I wouldn't say is for kids. I wouldn't say Facebook is for kids. I don't even say Facebook is for adults either, because I do my very best to stay off of that myself. Besides, looking on Marketplace, I ended up deleting my Facebook because I'm like, it's taking up too much space. It's like a gig and something, right? And it's taking up too much space, and I'm not even really using it like that. I'm just looking, you know, for stuff that we can, add to our home. But was it worth it? And I'm just like, no, it's not. It's not even worth having on my phone. So I've taken Facebook off my phone. But I do believe that we should have something where the children can be safe at creating, and so they have their own little apps and their own little emails, their own little, and then someone, creating this to help with making us a place for the children, right? Making a place for the children. Of course, it would be monitored. It would be, to make sure that there's no bullying going on, and making sure that there's no abuse, verbal abuse, or anything else going on in there. So it would be monitored. And of course, if there is any of that, then of course they would, do what they have to do to either block or take that channel or thing off. And so I'm just, thinking, the kids need to have a safe place to go to where they can also be creative and express their creativity, but also in a safe place though, where they can do that safely and, friendly, being friendly with each other. And let me know what you think down below. Like this, they should have their own separate, right, websites that they go to, which is kid friendly, and that they can show off their artistic, creativity somewhere where it's not affecting the adults, where the adults having to verify that it's even us, right? And that, they should just have it where it's two separate entities, adults over this way, children over this way, and everyone's happy, right? Because I was listening to some of the comments about children want to also, you know, be creative, and they want to create videos and stuff like that, and that's great, and we don't want to take that away from the children. We want them to be able to show off their creativity in a healthy way, and so we don't want to take that away from them, but we also want to make sure that they have a safe place where they can do it at, where they are able to do that at, and where it's not affecting the adults and the adults aren't affecting the children. Well, you know, in a way, especially the children, because now they have it to where, you know, to make sure that us adults aren't children, right? They're wanting us to verify. That's another step for us and another thing for us. But yes, I don't know exactly about that part, because, you know, again, in my other video, I don't think that they're making it any easier for us when it comes to having to verify that it's even us, when it comes to trying to get into our emails and trying to get into certain accounts that we have and stuff like that. So, and the system's supposed to be built to make it easy for the people. But once it starts making it harder for the people, then it's going to basically become obsolete, and people are going to be like, why are we even using this app? Why are we using this product? Why are we using it if it's making it harder for us? It's not making it any easier. And so eventually that's going to come to the thing, and it's going to go back to the old ways where you know, it's just going to be a regular house phone, and it's not going to be, you know, all that technology to where, you know, I'm just saying it can possibly, right? Because sometimes I think, why do I even have all this stuff? Like, why do they, you know, it's supposed to add to our lives, add value to our lives and stuff like that. And that's how I'm seeing it, right? Because anything that comes into our lives should make our lives better and should make it easier for the people. But if it's not, then you rethink, okay, why is this even here then? If it's not making my life any easier, you just start rethinking, why are we even using these products, or this product, or these apps and stuff like that, if it's not making our lives easier. It's supposed to, anything that comes into your life, I would think that is supposed to make your life easier, more, you know, value, like adding value to your life and stuff like that. But if it's not, then I think we'll all go back to the original way of living, where the technology isn't so much, you know, there, and we'll be more outside, doing outside activities and stuff like that, which of course I'm always for that, because I do believe that we should be outside. All of us should be outside, and a healthy amount of being outside and just enjoying nature and enjoying life, instead of being stuck inside, you know, was it doom scrolling on your devices and stuff like that, and stuff like, because there's other ways of expressing your creativity, and so we just need a healthy outlet of where we can do that at. But if it starts making it even harder for the people, then it's just time to rethink and say, is it even worth it anymore? And this was more about the children. The cat. So again, this topic might be touchy to some, maybe, I don't know, but you know, it's something that it's something to think about. It's something to think about. If we're going to use technology, then the children should have a safe place to go to in order to enjoy and create and do them in a healthy manner, and also the adults as well, the same thing, healthy manner. uh I think they're having people rely on technology a little too much, because back in the days, like, you know, we were doing great without all this, you know. And so now they have you thinking that you need it and that you have to have it, but then they also are, I mean, in a way making it difficult for you too. If you want it, then you have to go through all this verification and all this other stuff. It's like, it's going to go back to, do we really need this? Do we really need this? And what is it really taking us away from too? Because I believe that it could be taking it is another distraction, depending on how you look at it, and depends, like, you know, if you're not on there a healthy a healthy amount of time, right? Because you're not supposed to be on it all day. So if you are, then it could be taking you away from something else, right? Being out in nature, having fun, enjoying life, right? Enjoying life, like living life to the fullest. And so it is just going to get us back to thinking, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And if it's not, then it's time for change. And that's just, again, my opinion about things, but it's because I've been through it, right? I've been through life, and I've seen, you know, the ups and the downs, and I know. And so I'm just, you know, sometimes we have to weigh our options, and it's like, okay, yes, maybe it's another distraction. It's keeping you from being going within self and really, you know, connecting with self and stuff like that. It could keep you from that. It depends on what you're tuning into, right? Because when you're tuning into the right frequencies, the right channels, then it can uplift, inspire, and motivate you into doing something. But if you're not channeling the energy correctly, or you're not tuning into the right channel, then it could take you the opposite way as well, and it can really, like, be very detrimental to your health and to you. So it's just something to think about. It's just something to think about. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. It was supposed to mainly focus on the children and keeping the children, having a safe place for the children to go to create and stuff like that. But it also leads back to the adults as well, and just really seeing how the process is even being handled and created, and is it even worth it anymore? And it's just something to think about. Something to think about. If you know, you know. If you've been there, then you know what I'm talking about. Are they really, you know, making it easier for us? And if so, and a safe haven, a safe place for the adults and for the children to go to create in a healthy way or not. And you know, just leave a comment down below. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your opinion is about the whole thing. And if you have an opinion about it, love you all. Mwah.